Hello traders, this is a daily summary for January 28, 2016. What happened today? We had a large drop here on the DAX. However, prices reversed and remain above the 55 SMA. And although choppy, this action suggests that prices are still bullish. We got stopped out here on our virtual portfolio, and prices reversed up. We miscalculated the momentum here on 9650. However, such thing happens. The index remains bullish in our view as long as it trades above the 55 period SMA on the 4-hour chart. The momentum is also supported by this trend line on the 14 period RSI. The situation is approximately the same with S&P 500. A lot of ups and downs here, but prices always were reversing and closing above the 55 period SMA, suggesting that the momentum remains bullish. And we expect higher prices to follow. The next target is the 144 SMA, which currently lies at 1950. But based on our count, prices will continue to much higher levels in the coming sessions. Momentum is supported by this trend line here on the 14 period RSI. And overall, the stock market seems to be bullish, but at an early stage where investors are still uncertain about what happens, and there are a lot of attempts here from bears to move the price lower and continue the bear market. However, for now, at least for now, prices are stopped by the 55 period SMA. Giving a clear signal that bulls are here now. Let's look what happened to the Australian dollar. We had a sharp rebound there. Let me show you the 4-hour chart here. We were very early here to signal the end of the correction here. Yesterday, prices reversed after bouncing off the 21 period SMA, broke above the 144 period SMA here, was providing support. They continued to the upside, and then they produced a candlestick here, which looks like it could be taken as a doji, which is a candle of indecision. Prices found resistance to this trend line. We can draw as a trend line. I have drawn the Fibonacci fan here to show how it provided support here before, and now it is resistance since here. And here also it is resistance. Prices should continue to downside. The first confirmation would be a break below the 144 period SMA here. Also, the momentum is declining here, and it is about to create a bearish cross with the 9 period SMA. On the daily chart, we see how this how it broke above the decline trend line, and that might be a bullish signal. However, the day is not finished, and probably a sharp decline will occur, although a little bit improbable, given that it is already 9:25 GMT plus 2, and until 12, where the day changes, there are not many hours, and almost no news. We expect only the building consents from New Zealand. This is GMT. We expect this release at 23:45. This is in 2 hours, approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it is a little bit improbable that prices will reverse to the downside, and this break of this trend line is concerning for our bearish outlook. Also, the fact that prices have overlapped with this wave here, which we count as 1, 2, suggests that this is not wave 3, but rather wave 1 of 3, and we may have a continuation to the downside for wave 3 of 3 and so on to much lower levels. It is a little the other possibility is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this wave 5 is too small to, in my opinion, compared to wave 1 at least, but generally not wrong in terms of Elliott Wave, and it could be counted like a completed 5-wave move to the downside, which should mean that prices should continue to the upside from here. This trend line that I was talking before for now provides a resistance together with the 55 period SMA, 55 day, this is the daily chart SMA. We have to monitor this per a sharp decline below this level. Unfortunately, it's too far, but this is what we need to gain some confidence on the bearish count. As I said, this could be wave 1, 2, 3 here, to be like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this be wave 4 of a larger degree, and this wave 5, and this would be the end of that multi-year decline in the Australian dollar versus the United States dollar. We remain with the scenario, the bearish scenario, that any move to much higher levels, I mean any move, decisive move above this trend line would be a definite bullish signal for the pair, and we will have to switch the count to a completed downtrend here. Let's move to the New Zealand dollar. Approximately the same situation, however, the pair didn't rebound enough like the Australian dollar to make a new high, and prices reversed lower from here. The momentum is declining. We expect lower prices in accordance to our count, lower prices from here. Any trade above this level, however, invalidates that scenario, and we're looking for excuse me, for higher prices in the future. However, I believe that this scenario is correct and prices should move lower. We're gonna keep an eye on the building consensus news tonight, and we will see. Let's move now to the euro dollar. Another count that it is near invalidation. Prices continue to the upside. I have the feeling that bulls are trying to get out any bear that is in the market from this top. They're breaking below this trend line, above this trend line. Excuse me, I'm a little ill today. But the move to the upside is choppy with overlapping waves, very difficult to count as an impulse, and therefore I expect that sooner or later price should revert lower. Also, we see how the momentum indicator remains bullish, however it is approaching the oversold threshold, and that also may signal a reversal in momentum moving to the downside. A move above the 109917 would signal the validation of this leading diagonal scenario, and then I see no other scenario of that of moving at least to the level of 112.45. Looking at the British pound. British pound found support at this Fibonacci level here, and also near this 55 period SMA, and bounced again. The bounce is impulsive, and now it is a matter of interpretation. The momentum is bullish, it is clearly bullish. This move here can be counted very well as a 3-wave move to the upside, but also as a 5-wave move if we try to push it a little bit. This move here is three waves to the downside. This is definitely a 3-wave move to the downside, and then we have 5, 3, 5, which may mean that we have A, B, C for W, X, and A, B, C for Y here. That would end the correction and prices will move to the downside. On the other hand, the broader outlook, and especially on the higher time frame, suggests that this is a major a major bottom for the British pound, and prices continue to the upside. We will be looking for the strength of this move and the reaction to this target that we have here, the 144 period SMA, which is currently around this Fibonacci level here, around the around the 145 psychological level. The reaction that we'll have, if we see that the decline from here is in 3 waves, that would suggest that we're moving to higher levels, and we may consider entering long this market in the future. Let's go now to the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, which is well correlated to oil prices, remained weak the whole day, with some bounces, but overall weak. We see some divergence in the oscillator here. However, I believe that this is just the fact that the momentum is easing before continuing to the downside. Prices remain still below all SMAs, and on the bearish side, I believe that more downside is ahead without any significant correction to the upside prior to that. Let's move to the Swiss franc. As I said yesterday, this level here, which was resistance at this level, also a Fibonacci retracement level, now provides support, solid support for now. The 55 period SMA is coming from below. Prices are under the 21 period SMA. However, this level provides support, as I stated yesterday. After it was resistance, it was support here. It was resistance here 2 times. It was resistance also here. Then here it was broken, and since then it provides solid support, and we expect prices to move higher in the coming session, despite the fact that the momentum easing. I believe that this is just a back down of the investors that are reluctant to open positions here. However, the momentum will ease. It's currently at 48, around the neutrality area of the RSI indicator, and we will have sooner or later a bounce from here that will break, that will enter the overbought zone. Let's see oil prices first. Here today, as we suggested yesterday, oil is bullish. It remains bullish. It is supported by this trend line on the RSI. Prices broke above the trend line, this trend line that connects the high of wave 2 and the high of wave 4 here. And this break here may be a signal that the downtrend is finished, and the internals of those moves here makes it difficult to count it as a correction, or at least a complete correction at this point, and prices should continue to the upside to complete the correction if it is a correction. However, if they continue to the upside, they will break this trend line for good, and also they will move above they have already moved above the 144 period SMA, and if they go away, creating a distance between them, that would make it difficult for the burst to continue to put pressure. Of course, the invalidation, the confirmation of a bull trend in the making would be prices to move above the 38-36 level, above the wave 4, and that would be a definite signal that there will be no lower prices than this. For now, all I know is that here we have 5 moves to the upside, 3 to the downside, and here we have 5, 3, and at least another 5 here, although I believe that this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. that will move to much higher levels. For now, prices are supported by this SMA, and we need a decisive break above the trend line, which may be tested, and it should be tested from above in that manner to a little lower levels, but after making a new high. We need here to show you my exact opinion. If this is wave 1, wave 2, and this is wave 3, we should have wave 3, 4, 5 around this level, for example, and then a test again here. I don't know if it will happen because this is wave 1. It is too early to play with the correct degrees of the correct degrees of the waves. For now, all I know is that based on Elliott Wave analysis and the internals of these moves, it is difficult for prices to continue to the downside from here. If we look at the higher time frame, we see that prices are about to close above the 21 period SMA, and they haven't closed above that level since the 3rd of November 2015. That was the last time we had a close above this SMA. Okay, this is also a great resistance level, 37.74. It is the low of wave 3, and also it is around this SMA, and we will be looking for this level for a correction to the downside if the whole bull market idea is correct. And also here on the daily chart, the 14 period, the 14-day RSI have moved at the neutrality area, and the steep is very sharp, which suggests that bulls are back. Now let's see the Japanese yen, and I wanted to show you oil together with Canadian dollar. I missed it, but now I'm gonna show you the Japanese yen together with stock markets, and that's important. As I pointed out yesterday on yesterday's video, the break above this SMA was important, and it provides solid support here. We see several attempts to move below that, but prices didn't manage to stay below this level, and we have now a late bounce to the upside here, and we will have soon a cross with the 21 moving average, which is that would be a bullish cross, and if we have another cross with a 55 moving average in the future, which I believe we will, that will bring more confidence that the whole downside here is finished. I'm showing you the daily chart. This was a very important support level, and also on the daily chart, prices are above the 2-1 period SMA, and they're moving towards the 120.80 level at least. Okay, thank you for watching, and happy trading. Goodbye.